drink ready here. Welcome to a late night read. Let me clean up this spread from the other day. If you are looking to get into a reading immediately, go ahead and click onto the reading on the community tab, which is from the day previous. Okay. But today we're just gonna kind of see what pops up. Not in a huge rush, okay? So I don't necessarily want to repeat the same decks today, so I need to reorganize this just momentarily here. So your patience is appreciated while I clear this energy like so, okay? So what are we gonna talk about tonight, y'all? How's it going? My dog is spoiled rotten. She's just, I just like gave her 2 little treats, which they're like the stuff that's supposed to be good for her teeth. So I'm like happy about that. You know, in terms of there could be worse snacks she's munching on right now. Okay, I think I have what we need here. Yeah, I don't think I need to take those out necessarily. Let's put those over here. Okay, yes, now I'm getting it. It's the Bananarama. She's got it. The Bananarama version, though, not necessarily the Shocking Blue version, which there's nothing wrong with it. I just, I think the Bananarama version was actually pretty well done, okay? And for being an 80s hit, it wasn't like overdone, which, you know, that was a criticism of some of the pop music in the 80s, too much synth and electronica and things like that. But, and they're like, wow, she's got it. Yeah, baby, she's got it. Okay. So you could be somebody's Venus. If you have not, get out there and check out the planets. One of my musician pals makes an amazing astrophotography calendar. Kind of says some stuff about that. I don't know if it actually has the viewings on it. You know, you can obviously go and get a book at the library for any of that sort of thing. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay. Oh my God, why is this bumping around? Sorry. It's on the same piece of like rug that's under my main dining table here that I'm like backed up against. I'm like at this little work desk that I set up in my kitchen, as well as like combo, you know how it is, like eat-in kitchen, you know, area. So this is what we do, right? When I worked from home previously, sometimes I would work in my office, sometimes I would work at the kitchen table, sometimes I would work standing up at the kitchen counter because I was tired of sitting. You know what I mean? That would be my stand-up desk, and I would, you know, kind of have my headphones on, could, you know, stretch out during meetings and things like that. You could be somebody who's getting into ergonomics, okay? That may be important to you, or maybe you need to check your ergonomics while working, okay, and make sure that you are not causing yourself any type of repetitive injury that could potentially affect your long-term, you know, physicality, right? Because it's like, it may not hurt today, but that's today. What about 10 days from now? Like if you're doing that same repetitive motion. Hawk messenger. Oh my gosh, you guys, if you know me, you know I love seeing hawks. Okay, Spirit is sending you messages. Open your greater vision to see the signs. Third eye stuff here, folks. Okay, focus on priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself ascend to new heights. Okay. I was just at this service and they sung that song, like Where Eagles Dare or something, and it was really powerful. And like there's that part in the song that kind of like gets you every time. And so this is interesting that the hawk came out. And like I personally associate myself with hawks as well, and since I had this experience at that service, but it's saying here the same message: let yourself ascend to new heights. Okay, so there might be something that you didn't know was possible, right? Loon, intuitive. Wow, getting a lot of downloads right now, you guys. Sorry if there's some conflicting messages coming through. I'm gonna try and focus. Listen to the dog. She heard me. She's like, stop squeaking. You could have kids as well. You could be somebody that's like, getting a moment of stillness, right? It's like, oh, there's that moment of quiet, right? How do you get there, right? Use your intuition. Listen to the song in your soul, right? Um, Sometimes there's a lot of chaos going around us, but it's like Peter Pan when you have your happy little thought inside, right? um Let that be the song in your soul, right? Trust your intuition as you have a way of knowing. Emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. Recognize that you are unique and that you are loved. Okay, so definitely more than meets the eye. You could have been somebody who has been overlooked, or like, you're just not somebody's type, or whatever it is, right? But that doesn't mean that you felt that you had no worth. It was just a more rare breed. Okay. There's pigeons and then there's other birds. Okay. Hawks are more common, right? But they are also able to kind of blend in. They are important in how they communicate, right? Um, yeah, and so somebody could think like, and it's funny here that loon is like, but Luna means moon, right? Okay. So your intuition could be greater at nighttime. Like I was drawn to this reading in the evening tonight. I could have done something earlier today, but I was busy doing other things. I had to get groceries and all this other stuff. Anyway, laundry. You know what I mean? Like whatever. But it's like this message kept coming up today. All right, and now it's here. Okay, so emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. Doing some meditation could be your solitude. Maybe you have a specific TV show that you like to pop up on your streaming app or whatever, and you're like, this is my me time, whatever. And I don't care if nobody else likes Toddlers and Tiaras Part 5, but I'm watching it. Like whatever it is, like anyway, let's keep going here. Raccoon, inventor, decide on what you really want. You have the ingenuity to claim it, avoid being the trickster, and practice integrity. You have many roles and can juggle them well. So, yeah, a raccoon is a playful figure, right? Um, a very curious figure as well. So you may have had exposure to many things, and now may be the time when you're kind of like honing in on something specific instead of just being a playing at it. You know what I mean? Like maybe you've dabbled in this business or that business, but now it's like really it's time, like you're really making a commitment and taking the next step, right? Um and this may require you to lean upon what you already learned, right? So you have many roles and can juggle them well, right? Especially if you are a small business owner, that means you may have to wear many hats. You know, you may be doing the creative part, you may be doing the logistics, you may be doing, um, you know, the marketing, you may be doing the accounting, you may be, you know what I mean? It's like many roles and juggling them well. Okay. So it's like if you play with that energy, it's going to be more enjoyable, right? And then I feel like this kind of trickster energy is going to like leave, I feel like, once you hone in on that. Because you're going to be more uncompromising, I feel like. Yeah, and you're going to stand tall like the giraffes here, and you're not going to be worried about what other people think. Rise above earthly matters, glide through life with grace. You are able to see the right path, stand tall in your self worth, and love with a big heart. Yeah. So again, standing tall, standing with your head up, you know, not walking with your head down. Like, yeah, okay, do you need to see where you're going? Sure. But like not like moping around and like, you know, like Eeyore, you know, like a giraffe is the opposite kind of in the family of Eeyore, right? You know, yeah, it might be bending down to pick something up, but it's getting back up there, okay? Um yeah. And loving with a big heart. I feel like you are definitely open to patterns of love. It's interesting here because I was noticing the pattern on the giraffe. So there might be something specific, like I said, that you're looking for, and it may be more of a rare pattern, okay? That you need to seek out. All right. Um, and I'm not saying something that doesn't challenge you, but you know, there's challenge in a good way and then challenge in a bad way, right? You know, yeah. Also this came through earlier for somebody. There could be something with some family funds that are gonna like help out. So this might be a good message for somebody in time for the holidays. Um, I am going to go ahead and use this Spirit Halloween deck yet, you guys. It is still November. Thanksgiving is in a few days. So hopefully that is going well for everybody. I feel like for some reason somebody doubts your abilities. Four of Pentacles. Yeah, there's some kind of want here. There's some kind of lack. So yeah, maybe this family funds here, that I had written down is going to, change, yeah, for the better. And so here is the Ace of Cups again. So being this open to this love feeling. Okay, so you might be, so yeah, so if you're stressed about money, I think what the message is here is like, you know, hold on, because you're not being like punished, or you know what I mean? Some people think that like they must have done something bad in order to be walking the path of life that they're walking now, and that's simply not the case. Okay. Um yes, there are there's karmas, but there's also dharmas, and there's also a lot of other things. Okay, so don't oversimplify some of this stuff, because that's where people get into that um challenging in a bad way. Okay, and that becomes that race to the bottom instead of seeing the opportunities grow, all right, from perhaps maybe a dark spot. Okay, so just keep that in mind, especially regarding the timing of this. I mean, I've heard a lot of things out there about bonuses happening or not happening lately, because of changes in the economy. Ace of Cups. Isn't this funny? This was on the bottom and now it wants to pop out again. So again, I feel like if for some reason there is some kind of expense that you're going to be concerned about, that like there is going to be, again, some kind of family money that's going to be able to help your situation specifically. Maybe like you're in a couple right now and maybe only one of you has a full-time job and the other one of you only has a part-time job. Well, like you might get some news that um you know maybe you're going to start working full-time somewhere, so now that family income's going to almost like double from that one person. You know what I mean? It's going to be around that, where things are not going to be causing the stress. Okay. And so you're going to be still feel open to this love situation. Okay. This could also be, and unfortunately, this is just how some people are, and this is part of their lesson to learn too, is like if for some reason somebody is out earning them at the moment, right? Like they shut down their love. They're not going to be doing that. They're not going to be taking it as like some personal kind of offense. Okay. Um, and again, this could be coming from like this family help, like maybe you're somebody that helped take care of your grandparent or something, and they were able to help you with something, or like help you buy a car or something. I don't know, whatever it is. I mean, people do, if you can't do that for your family members, it's like, who are you going to do that for? I mean, sometimes people do that for relative strangers. You see that all the time on the news, especially folks that are desperately in need of new vehicles, and especially like now cars are so expensive. So transportation may be specific for somebody about getting a reliable vehicle. Okay. The Hangman. Pisces here. So yeah. Somebody may think they are a catch. However, they might get caught up over a steaming pile if they're not careful, right? So just be careful of that. Use your intuition, okay? Keep that love close to you versus, like this trickster energy here. Okay, yeah, I'm getting that like 80s vibe movie again. There it is. Yep. So for some of you, there may be kind of, I want to say, some kind of interference, and maybe this is, part of your path. Is that from the movie The Golden Child? I cannot remember. With Eddie Murphy. Anyway, I'm not really sure at the moment, guys. It has that kind of the Ace of Wands. Yeah. And when I say trickster, so somebody could be planning something around their family. They could be planning like a surprise, announcing that you're going to get married, something that's going to demonstrate the love that you have. If you are in some kind of partnership, okay, that could be what also this trickster energy, if this person was kind of up to something. Okay. Again, we're in Sagittarius season, so Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. So for the Sagittarians, that might be kind of like a, yeah, some kind of event there for you. Okay. So definitely be open to it because that is in your heart chakra. Now you have the Seven of Swords here. Okay. There is like a way of saying too much, right? This is such a weird looking card. But yeah, I don't think you're going to be following blindly just because somebody does something, right? You still have a vision to uphold and maintain. All right. Somebody could be seeing your specialness and wanting to kind of snatch you away, right? Kind of run off with you type thing is how it may be viewed a bit. Yeah, this is some King of Wands. So this person collective may definitely have fire in their chart. They could be very good looking. You could be a good looking couple together. Yeah. King of Wands are, though, if they're going to be the slick Rick of the deck, they're going to be the slick Rick of the deck. Okay. I mean, that's, right. So just keep that in mind. And it's like, oh, I have this ancient vision of us. It's like, well, how ancient? Like before I had a vote ancient? Because that time kind of sucked. Okay. Before, let's think about things. Yes, there's things that we learn from civilization and want to bring forward, and then there's things that are okay to leave in the past. Sometimes it's the relationship itself, right? The High Priestess, fortune teller. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely use your intuition regarding this situation. Yeah, you're the one that has the judgment here, the best judgment. Okay. It's kind of funny. She has all these cards here, but they almost look like money a little bit. And I have, again, this money thing written down. So I also had written down earlier, I have my little notes here. Anyway, that a miracle could be answered. Okay. So for some of you, this could be your, miracle every day, right? And yeah. So let's get some meditation cards here to help on this. The first message, though, that I had is about being a right match, and like with the pattern here. So somebody looking for the right pattern in another person. Okay. Sometimes they say that cut from the same cloth. All right. So that may be a relevant message for somebody today. Okay. And like this family funds here, like this could be one of these things like where like, yeah, you're good to people that are good to you type thing, but it's not like you won the lottery. You know what I mean? Like you're like, no, there's no well here, there's no money tree, there's no there's no hidden safe, like Gratitude. Yeah. With Thanksgiving coming up, you're very grateful for the things that you have. Okay. So, yeah, the Four of Pentacles can also be about stability. Okay. So, taking a minute to rise out of that worry and into a more stable, focused nature. She also looks like one of the characters from The Golden Child, as a matter of fact, which is kind of creeping me out at the moment because I didn't really care for that costume. I'm just not. Anyway, again, the love thing really coming out. This is like the third time now, and also passion, aspiration. And maybe this is what is now understood is your aspirations and your goals. Like, when you are kind of cutting the same cloth as this person, okay? That's what makes you attracted towards them, is because they understand your aspirations, they understand your goals, okay? So that could be what the right match is as well, okay? Light worker. You could be a light worker. You could be getting some messages from light workers. You could be getting a lot of downloads yourself, being intuitive, possibly, okay? You may be coming to this reading looking for information. Yeah, group work here. This like kind of um, you know, when people go to a church service, they're doing it together in the same building. They're gathering. It's kind of this thing. But like as a star seed, sometimes you're not always around your guides, your soul family, and things of that nature. So it's more of a and to a lot of people, an alien type connection, right? That is not, in our 3D world. It transcends our physical reality. Okay. That's what makes, the sky and, all those things so beautiful and powerful. I am gonna get some clarification here with another deck, and then I guess I'll do the conversation cards after that. Okay, I want to get the clarification from the tarot first. This is the conversation deck, are just our messages that I put together. Okay, so for those of you that are more interested in the tarot, you can get through the tarot portion of the reading. Oh, man. Did laundry today, grocery shopping, a little bit of organizing. Trying to stay on top of it. The Empress. Yeah, like that whole ball of wax. Sometimes it's a lot to handle, but sometimes we can stay in balance as well. So even in times of lack, we can see how we're grateful for what we do have, right? Or in things that we perceive as lack, right? That's often how it turns out, right? Because look at all those rich people on TV. How happy are they, right? Yikes. Again, King of Wands, Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. Big love coming your way. Seriously. Is that Fleetwood Mac song called? Is that called Big Love? When he's like, la 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 la, time's too fast. Dun, dun, dun. Won't you take me down a long tall grass and let me show you stuff? Something like that. Anyway, I think that's a Lindsey Buckingham written production, that one, if I had to guess. Ace of Wands, the Passion card. Okay. Why am I getting that song? How can I live without you? Who does that? Is that like Leanne Rhymes or something? How could I ever survive? Right? How do I live? Something. Na 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 na. I think so. Anyway, I don't know country that well. So whoever this Pisces is also could be interested in you. Maybe only interested in you for something very specific. Okay, I'll leave it at that. Something very specific that concerns an Ace of Wands. Whether or not you do that is your business. Like, I'm not here trying to judge nobody about it. I'm reading the cards. Okay. Page of Cups. Okay. So just know, okay, placing yourself in that situation could get you on a little, do you want to have the Jerry Springer moment? Okay. Right. That's what the Page of Cups, okay? But it's not Jerry Springer anymore. It's Maury Povich. It's the only way he can get ratings. Like, they are not the father. And again, she runs off the stage, It's like, Jesus. Apparently, these folks, forgot what a condom is, right? I mean, it happens, right? But you know what I mean? Sometimes this is the result because if you don't prepare, then something else will be prepared for you, okay? Oh my goodness. My shoulder just popped. I wish it would pop like a little more though. I have like some chiropractor appointments I need to use up before the end of the year. I haven't been over there recently. I was just over there though, like kind of, but I was like doing other things, I just wasn't in the mood to do anything else after that. I was like, I'm done. But I kind of need to go back there because I got to return something to that side of town. The 10 of Swords. Wow. So there may be somebody that wants to speak to you about something, and for you, it's going to be a nah. Okay, because this was not it was not quite a balanced relationship. No, it was not. Yeah, you're going towards the good vibrations, okay? And this person did not do that for you, okay? Like they killed off any goodness or kindness or inspiration for that matter. They could have been a Taurus. And as well, this King of Wands could want to put a ring on it. I'm just letting you know. Because he's here twice. The Priestess and the Empress are here. You got love all over this reading. You got the Ace of Wands twice. What's the message? I mean, after a while. And the very first thing that I have written down here, it's going to be the right match. Okay, so this is what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. Wow. Ace of Pentacles. Can't make it up. I cannot make it up. Hangman again, Pisces. You could have Pisces in your chart. Again, there could be a Pisces involved. Maybe you were involved with a Pisces at some point in time. Okay. You could have met somebody during Pisces season as well. Yeah. All right. Anyway. So let's get into the conversation deck now and see what this has to say This has been interesting so far. For some of you, this Pisces may be under judgment. Because I feel like they impeded your creative process. And not in a good way. I mean, I'm just saying. It's like, it was kind of ended up being a waste of time. You know? But again, I'm getting, I see there's like love all over this reading here. Okay, we're taking, oh my God! You guys, I cannot make this up. I cannot make it up. What is that Donna Jean song? It's like called The Heart of Me or something. It's one of her like solo tunes. This could be somebody you ghosted or ghosted you in the past. You could be getting ready to ghost this Pisces. Somebody says, I'm tired of dating. Somebody says, I don't want anyone else to have you. You're definitely in this person's heart. They want to be with you type thing. They're tired of dating around. Yeah. What did I say earlier about wanting to put a ring on it and then you get the Hierophant and the Ace of Pentacles right here as confirmation? You could be a very intuitive person as well. That might be why you're coming to this reading. So if you are masculine, you know, kind of flip the energy. This could be a female kind of fire energy, which, you know, fire energy is more masculine in itself, right? Just because of the sheer power, right? And the way of fire, how it's brandished in our society or utilized in our society, I want to say. So the fact that the king came out, don't overanalyze that as has to be a male in that position. I'm just saying. All right. I don't have time for you now. Okay. This could be the person that you may be ghosting. This could be this Pisces. Okay. Maybe this Pisces is the one that said they didn't have time for you. Yes, I'm dating. What about us together? Okay, so you might be telling one person one thing, saying you don't have time for them, but you could be telling somebody else, like, if they ask, you could be like, yeah. And they might want to ask that question, right? You can do better than me. So, this person that doesn't have time for you, that could be somebody that feels like you can do better. Okay. Yeah. Forget. I feel like this person wants you to forget like some kind of past event here. What? I got my dog. She was just outside. I swear to God. All right. I'm gonna leave this as the final message of and hands. You may need to do this with your hands, like literally pray. Maybe you need to pray about if you can forget or not. If you can forget, right? Because the thing here, this you can do better than me. Well, right, we can all do better, right? And maybe that's why you may not have the time to be dealing with this, right? Because you're trying to better yourself, and not, like I said before, going into that, spiral of to the bottom. Okay. Okay. Well, I think that's all I have. And this is the final message. So if you are uncertain about anything that you heard here today, definitely meditate on it, pray on it. Okay. Remember, not every single message applies to everyone since it is a collective reading, okay? But if you did enjoy this, please do like the video or subscribe to the channel. It helps support the messages, okay? And helps me connect the appropriate downloads to you, okay? But definitely be ready because there could be some surprise kind of news I feel like coming for somebody definitely in the holiday season here. So until next time, please do manifest wisely. Bye bye.